we do got something planned today.
We do.
Hey everyone, so this is another episode of Watch Lost and Found, and with who?
Yeah, what's my name again?
What are you doing in my apartment?
I think I'm Lyndon.
I was about to say I'm Alex. No. No, I'm Alex. No, that's Alex. I'm Lyndon. And yes, we drink out of measuring cups because it's the best way to measure your resolve.
And this is our non-sponsor for the day.
All right, so question number 1. Cancel, cut. Stop. Cancel. Cancel. Cancel.
Control delete.
But anyway, so for this episode, we're going to be doing another GoPro BTS review. This is actually of episode 2 of Holy Smokes, which is our workplace mockumentary. We've already spoken about it, so if you want to know more about it, head on back a video and check out the episodes, check out the teaser trailer. But before we do that, what we're going to do is go over some audience questions.
Let's do it.
All right. Are you single? Are you dating anyone? Are you seeing anyone? No, it's actually about filming. So if you can make them about filming, that'd be great.
Wow.
Were you single while filming this? No.
I just don't like that they're not letting us know who that question is for.
Oh, damn it. All right. That's the stupid intro.
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right. Anyways, let's get to it. In 3, 2, 1.
Boom. All right. Episode. Okay. Wow. Let me
explain that shirt, Alex. Explain that shirt.
Let me preface this. That's a costume piece. I don't normally dress like that, although I do love that shirt. So
the gimbal's on.
We will talk about another project we did, another fucking Fairytale, another time. We will go through that BTS with you as well. But that shirt has a little cameo in both. So yeah, don't judge me too hard. Actually, do. But it's for a character.
But it was our attempt at creating this crossover world. And so when you see Alex's character in this, you'll also see him in another fucking Fairytale. And
Okay, the glitter has got to stop.
I don't mean to interrupt, but are you okay?
Yep. Just having a mental breakdown and questioning my reality.
Sick. I know what you mean. I've been there. Coachella, 2015.
we also did it with Danny. Danny's right over there on the brick wall, and he plays Mimo. What are the characters?
Memo.
Memo.
Yeah. Memo. Memo.
I received one of those at work before. I was like, Mimo?
But this was our second episode we were filming. Mm-hmm. So as you can kind of see, the cast has already got a little bit of a more familiarity with the shop. That's Kai, who is actually in our feature film back there talking to Lily. So yeah, everyone's a little bit more comfortable in the space, which the first episode was a really big, you could feel it because people were really trying to figure out the space and themselves and each other, and so it was kind of cool to see everybody be so comfortable.
Oh, and if you see right there's a gentleman in a flannel. So as we said in our last video, this place is open while we're filming, and the boss loves it because it's all the customers that come in. I remember one time I was carrying the camera, my arms were getting tired, and she was just standing at the register. She already paid for what she wanted, and she was just lingering.
Yeah.
Almost like she wanted to ask to be in it.
Or
and
just kind of see
my God.
See how it's working and what's going on. But yeah, there is a lot of times where we're stopping and we're, in the middle of a take that's great, and we have to be like, all right, cut, guys, sorry. Yeah, come on, guys. Yeah, we're still open.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. So it's interesting to work around that environment, but...
Yeah. And this was Rory and Colt. Rory is played by Abigail, Colt by Satchel, and Rory is supposed to be the shop influencer who does, like, product reviews and all that kind of stuff. And so... since she has all this following, Colt, being the young blood actor, he wants some of that heat, So he tries stealing some of her followers, hopping on her live and stuff like that. And there was so much motion in this. I was just trying to figure out where I can go in this shop with the Steadicam and not hit any glass.
Yeah.
That's the amazing part was we're moving and grooving because while I'm doing that, Alex is behind me holding the boom.
Yeah.
So
and there's not a lot of, as you can see, space
Yeah.
in between all these, aisles and such. But what I loved about this is we were able to blend in Abigail's actual camera footage on her phone with the live that she's doing with the
Yeah.
Steadicam footage, and so it really kind of brought in this fun, like, realism to what we were filming. It really made it feel like we were in the world with them, which I really loved.
And well, it also makes it more, I guess you can say, more modern because there's vertical footage
Yeah, that's true.
interlaced in this, and you see the Instagram live and all that kind of stuff. And
And Abigail and both Abigail and Elena who plays Boston, we're getting a lot of time while we were filming. We'll see if we can see it on the BTS anywhere. They were up with their phones in the corner, going live, and talking. Elena's a big influencer in the smoke community, and so they were all kind of like showing what they were doing. That might be them doing it right there, actually, just kind of in the beginning, but they were live with people commenting and liking and talking about what we were doing, which it was really fun.
And that's one thing that we do have to get better on is getting this kind of BTS. I mean, yeah, I've said in the past we have 13 hours, but I mean, it could have been 20, 25
Oh, easy.
had we been more diligent on it. But that's why we're doing these sort of videos and trying to bring the GoPro on set more often and actually use it. And
There's also a lot of things that, Lyndon and I were kind of saying this right before we started, that when it's really just a two-man crew, there's a list of things that you want to get, but you used a term. It was like,
triage on the battlefield.
yeah, you really have to focus on the most important. What's the make or break of the scene? And a lot of times BTS is not a part of that.
Yeah.
So
I'm on live. What are you doing?
What's great is
Go away.
Colt and Rory, you can really see their relationship develop in this, as in they almost have like that sibling rivalry kind of thing going on.
that's what I
and
was just thinking.
they have that comfort level now in this second episode compared to episode 1. Episode 1, they're supposed to have been working together for a while, the whole crew, but as the episodes progress, what's really cool is seeing that bond kind of develop between the characters.
And I will say, I'm giving my props out to, professional sound people on set, or people who hold the boom. I'm a very short guy, and Lyndon is not. And so having to get on my tiptoes and hoist this over his head as he's coming in and out from underneath the boom was very difficult.
I'm not giving you a shout out. Stop.
I loved their dynamic together, though.
Yeah.
They were so great. And Satchel is such this, like, lost puppy, happy energy as a character. And Rory is just this, I have a younger sister, just this angry, annoyed younger sister that wants nothing to do with you, finds you to be idiotic. It's just...
What's her name?
My sister?
Yeah.
Stephanie.
I hope you're subscribed, Stephanie.
Probably not. She's probably like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the bear came from,
Oh, yeah.
but it was Satchel's idea.
But it's almost like a knockoff Labubu, or at least that's how it plays almost,
And he, throughout certain episodes, he changes it. Like, I think one, it has like a...
Does he?
Yeah, I think one has a raincoat on it, and
Really?
he'll switch them out. But
I
it's-
never noticed that.
it's
What?
Very weird, but I'm
Talk
into
about
it.
Easter egg. That should be one of our...
We should hide it.
No, that should be one of... Oh, see, a customer came in. But see, that should be one of our... hey, if you can find the bear with the raincoat,
Yeah,
you
it
get
should
the
be.
prize or whatever.
I'll have to ask him how many he has, but that was his... But before we start filming, he'll bring a couple up to me, and he'll be like, which one should I wear
Are you
today?"
serious?
Yeah.
I did not realize that. Wow.
Yeah.
I've been living under a rock in a bubble, I guess.
It's
Shit.
very weird, but I'm into it.
Oh, and all this GoPro right here is Kevin. And
Yeah.
what's funny is I'm not sure if it's in this section or if it's in another episode section, but you see him moving around so well, trying
Yeah.
to stay out of view of the camera while getting this, and he was just all over it.
Yeah, he loves it. And I love that in this, you'll see right here, after she grabs the phone back from him, she like freaks out and walks out of the store and just is shouting and angry. And she came in one time laughing because she was like, a guy out there thought that I was fighting somebody in the store.
Jeez. Oh, and what's funny is actually during this sequence, I think it's coming up like in the next 5 seconds, I actually have a line. I don't care right there.
That's right.
And so I'm like holding the camera. I don't care. And
That's right.
it plays,
It does play.
which is funny because like I've said in the past, that's, oh shit, I am dragging something right there.
You hooked the, her,
Oh, her stand.
yeah, her live stand.
Oh, there's the Kevin laughter. Oh, Kev, we love you, Kev.
But what's great about this, because we were able to cut in and out from her actual phone footage, you know,
Oh yeah.
hooking things like that doesn't really matter because we got this so many different times. It's also incredible to think that, you know, this is like a 12 to 18 page episode, and we were usually shooting each episode in about 4 hours. Like,
Yeah.
we're really rocking it out quick.
Well, I mean, and again, it's because this is a different style
Yeah.
than what we normally shoot in terms of narrative pieces like Another Fucking Fairytale, the romantic comedy, or Delicate Little Things, the feature film. It's shot very differently, and it's lit very differently, which is, we'll get comments, I'm sure, that doesn't look like a film set.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yo, it has to be in perspective of what we're shooting.
Or
what
also,
we're going for.
oh, I can see the lights in the background, but
Right.
you'll notice, like we talked about the pilot episode, you know, we do it where the boom comes into frame. Like
We intentionally...
yeah, we're showing you that the film crew that's filming this are
Right.
imbeciles, that they don't really understand what they're doing also.
Right, because we also even throw that into the script. Luba, you'll see her in this episode. She looks at the camera and says, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And my character is like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just some marketing scheme that Boston, the store manager, came up with. You know, to build. There she is.
There she
to build
is.
publicity for the shop."
On live.
So it's we're deliberately showing all of that to make it look like, oh, this is an amateur marketing crew.
Yeah.
And it's a deliberate choice just because, again, we can only shoot for X amount of time, and we got to keep it moving and stuff like that. And
We got to do it after the sun sets because it's all the windows are so bright, and so we're having to fight the glare through there, and so then we've only got, you know, a handful of hours.
yeah. And also, it's since we're shooting while the shop's open because we can't ask the shop owner to close up shop to film. We're shooting on specific days where we know it's going to be slower, so that if a customer does come in, it's maybe once every 15 minutes versus every 2 minutes.
Yeah. But as you can kind of see, this is actually a great. I'm glad this is happening. This was kind of the whole reason we wanted to shoot at Stogz, because as you can see, this guy just walked in and he's hugging people and saying hi. It's such a community-based thing where, like, look, they're
Big hugs.
like, oh, it's good to see you. It's such a family-oriented space that people really do just want to come and hang out there.
Yeah.
Which was the kind of the whole inspiration behind, you know, what we wrote, which is great.
Oh, this is where I'm telling
Yeah.
Abigail's
Live.
friends on her live to, hey, comment in the live section so that we can see them pop up as we're filming. And we actually got some responses on there, which
Yeah,
is
we
pretty
did.
cool.
I did think it was funny, though, if you really pay attention to the episode, you know, because she's the influencer in the script, you're expecting, like, 300 people watching this live.
Yeah.
I think there's, like, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine.
At one point, she did have over 100. I think people were just, because we were shooting this, obviously, as you can tell, for a while.
Yeah.
People must have gotten tired and was like, okay, I've watched it a few times already. Cool, guys. And they kind of checked out.
But, hey, we appreciate you, whoever you were, for watching and commenting.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of us, just shooting all this kind of stuff is we want it to be entertaining for you. We hope you're enjoying it and stuff like that. And
What was another challenge? It got easier and easier and easier as we shot, but the first couple of days was figuring out where we could hide as much gear as possible.
hide as much gear as possible and also hide the extra characters that weren't in the scene in that particular moment.
Yeah.
That was always hard.
We don't have a green room where they're just waiting in the back to be called on. You know,
Right.
with their coffees and lattes. They're
Like-
hiding behind the glass and.
Like, we were talking about how Lily's always such a great help, but there's some moments where obviously she can't do anything.
Yeah.
In the scene, I just felt so bad because she's just sitting in the corner, and we gotta move people like, hey, I can see you. And
Also, I think this may be the only day that Kai showed up.
yeah,
And what's funny, a little throwback, is you'll see that Kai is in Rory's introduction in the opening credits.
they're
So
dancing together.
We must have shot that on this day.
Oh, we did. They're the same outfit.
Okay.
Yeah. I just lost my flip flops.
Oh no.
I'm actually not wearing any pants either. I'm just kidding. Yes, I am, Dad.
That's why you kept getting those questions. Were you single while you were
Yeah.
filming this?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, as she like rounds this corner, there's a group, because there's a comedy theater that's right next to this smoke shop that like has a line of people, which you actually see in one of the other episodes out the door. But so as she's rounding the
It's
corner,
in this episode actually, because that's when Kevin goes outside and he's like dancing with that thing, and
Is
you
it
walk
this
in.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then you walk in to play the.
Oh, yeah, because that's why I'm in the costume. That makes sense, obviously.
Oh, there's Luba.
There's Luba.
That's Daniel Vasquez, our music composer and producer for this project.
Well, that's one of the few times you'll see him smile.
Yeah. Because I actually have a video of him. I should interlace it into this. It's a video of him saying, I don't actually want to be here.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's his go-to.
It's pretty crazy. This episode of Holy Smokes has totally turned into a fucking networking event over here.
I know, right?
It's crazy.
There's too many people.
So many people in
By
this
the way,
episode.
sorry for being late. I didn't want to come.
And you'll see I actually was working the camera a couple of times. You'll
Yeah.
see.
Oh, see, these guys are just a bunch of goofs, and that's the best part about this project is we're just. I mean, I want it to be fun for everyone there as well. You know, I mean, Alex and I aren't working with a huge budget. It's not like we can throw a year's salary at these people.
I
You
wish.
know. So if we're making it as fun as possible, and as my old acting coach used to say, is if we're having fun, you're having fun.
Yeah.
Are you having fun, Alex?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I
Myself,
try my best.
right now, I'm a little wishy-washy. Find that down the Home Depot aisle right next to the nuts and bolts. You get it?
I need to go there more often, I think.
Because I said wishy-washy. Washers.
It was
And yeah. See, here's
Yes.
Alex camera operating.
behind the camera. This is, I think, I may have done a small little bit on another fucking Fairytale, but I think this was really the main one that I stepped behind.
Yeah, that's right. No, because for another fucking fairy tale, it was Steven.
Yeah,
who would
yeah,
pop
Steven
in
helped.
behind camera.
Yeah, but because this was so late in the day, I mean, I think we had people show up at 4, but we really weren't starting to film until 5:30 or 6.
Right. And so I'm watching playback to.
To make sure I didn't miss
Yeah.
anything. Course correcting my.
But that's the hard
amateur
thing.
film.
Right. I mean, but see, that's like the hard thing is like, I mean, buying all this gear and you want to think, oh, we can just make a whole bunch of projects, and it's hard sometimes because it's like, well, it's coming from the acting world. Sometimes I want to be,
Yeah, of course.
acting in it. So it's just it's hard to incorporate both, not just from a logistical standpoint, but also just mentally of going in and out of which mindset am I working with right,
Right.
now.
You can't be in the moment of a scene if you're worried about, is he getting the framing right? Is he how's the
How's the
headroom?
audio?
How's
Well,
the
and that's
audio?
why in episode 3, which we've dropped already, there are moments where the audio's like and that's just because since that episode's about my character, I kept on forgetting to move the boom into position, and so we had to rely solely on the labs, and those were new labs to me. That was the first episode that I used these labs. Yes, I tested the settings and all that kind of stuff beforehand, but there are just some moments where it's just like, damn. So if you watch episode 3, please have some patience with us. We figured it out by the next episode, but it's there.
Oh, there's actually Steven in the back. He popped in to say hi, but
Oh shit!
he also
I totally forgot about
yeah, I
that.
did too.
Yeah, and his girl Kayla, and
But yeah, he was our are basically AC on.
And I told you this story before, but Steven and I actually met on a feature film during the lockdowns. It's called Smile or Hug. And
That's right. That's what it was.
I'll put a poster up for that. I think it's on Amazon Prime and Tubi and YouTube and a few other streamers. So definitely check it out. It's a romantic comedy. But it was shot during the lockdowns, and Steven was wearing a mask. And so I never got to look at his face, but I recognized his tattoo on his arm, a tree tattoo. And he was a door guy at the Rod Room, which is right next door to this shop. And I saw the tattoo, and I was like, do I know you from somewhere? And I pulled up this picture, zoomed in really far, and I was like, is that you? And he's like, dude, that's me, man. And so, I mean, yeah, we kind of reconnected after a couple of years of not seeing each other. And
he's also a great filmmaker.
He's very talented.
Talented writer, talented director.
I think he has a master's. I know for sure he has at least a bachelor's, but I think he has a master's in directing or screenwriting or something of that realm. And so very talented.
Oh, there's Kev in the reflection, peeking around the corners with the GoPro.
And whenever he's with that GoPro, he just goes around saying, how long you been with her?
Yeah. How long you been with her?
If you get that reference, let us know.
Do a test call real quick.
Oh yeah, so again, because we're such a small crew, people keep prank calling the shop, and so we had to have Kevin actually call in so we could, one, get the audio at the same time as your reaction. So instead of us just having him act it out and it's not ringing, we just got him to actually call it so we could kind of hit two birds with one stone.
And they actually do happen. I mean, come on, let's be honest. It's a smoke shop. You're going to get some pretty wonky prank calls. And so I think for this episode, I think I put in fart sounds.
Fart sounds, yeah. Originally, we had an idea to add some like Easter egg voiceover from some of our other projects, but some of the jokes just didn't really land the way we wanted them to, so we just decided.
Oh, they landed. They landed really well. We just they weren't exactly PC, so we were just, hey, let's cut these. Let's just
make them fart sounds.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good fart sound?
Yeah. But yeah, you can see all the glass that's around the shop, and knock on wood, we still have 5 more episodes to shoot. Knock on wood, we haven't dropped anything yet.
Well, we did.
Well, we did, but that one was intentional.
It was scripted.
It was scripted, yeah. And it was only with a bong that was $150, not several grand.
And I think the bong was already broken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or it was like the spout of it was. Oh, I just did that on camera. The spout was cracked, so the shop owner had taken it off the shelf.
And the way we, hopefully you've gone through and you've seen kind of the format of the show, but there's, interview moments, because we're not ripping off, but, leaning into that, what The Office made so famous. And then there's the actual story of what the joke is about the interviews, and then there's B-roll to kind of, show the transition of time. And so normally we film either all of the interview stuff first, and then we go to the big chunks, and then we do the B-roll last. Or sometimes we'll do big chunks first, and then interviews and B-rolls last. But we're doing them in big chunks like this, so...
This is the part where Kevin...
Yeah.
Because Kevin, we said in our last GoPro breakdown that he's kind of like our silent Bob.
Yeah.
We're also making him the store pothead.
Yeah.
And... So, I mean, what's more pothead-esque than...
Dancing with the guy outside.
Just totally out of it.
What I love about Kevin is that he's down for anything.
Yeah.
You tell him to do something, and everybody on set is dying laughing about just the absurdity of it, and he's like, okay, yeah, I'll go do it. It's great.
Look at that boom pole, front and center.
Yeah, I know, right? This is like true BTS. I think this is actually the shot that we end up using in the episode. It's kind of dirty from the dancer itself. What are those things called?
I don't know, but you see them outside of car dealerships all the time, and These were actually we have a few of them, but they cause so much noise
They're
that
loud.
we had to turn them on and off during filming because they were just so loud. But it worked great for this. I mean, it gets the point across of.
It's so silly. I think we end this episode with this shot as like
we do.
our ending joke.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there's Kevin.
Start to dance with it.
Because that was the joke in the episode was Kevin is just sitting around and he's not doing much. So Rory and Colt are like, "Hey, Kev, why don't you go outside and
Get some customers.
get some customers in here?" So his idea to get customers is, okay, this big yellow thing is dancing. Why don't I?
Yeah. Dancing brings people in.
Yeah. So.
But he did it. In the episode, you'll see this huge line from the Comedy Store wrapping around the building, and he walks through them, goes into the back, and is just...
Well, and that's why Rory, she's like, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? And she, like, goes up to the window because, obviously, we didn't plan for that big crowd to be out
we
there.
had no idea.
So when I'm on the steady and I come around to capture Kevin in line, I'm like, shit, I might not even be able to capture him because he's all the way back there.
Yeah.
And you see people staring at us like, what are they doing?
Yeah, which is also great because that's the whole point is we
Yeah.
want to be this mockumentary crew. So people outside being like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Is kind of perfect. So it's such a funny little moment.
It's
but
totally ridiculous,
it
but
is.
I mean, again, that's what we're going for with this series. Is it's not anything crazy in terms of Oscar award-winning script. No, but it's the day-to-day lives of the crazy shit that goes on in a smoke shop while these guys are just trying to go about their lives.
Which is kind of something that Lennon and I like to focus on for each one of our projects is we like to either challenge ourselves by how we're telling the actual story, what the story style is, or by specific camera work. So like Delicate Little Things was basically, you know, every 15 page was a oneer. So we were really having to work through that. You know, Another Pucking Fairytale was very cinematic, very romantic comedy, very, you know, made for TV kind of a thing. And then this is more bare bones, you know, mockumentary style, breaking the fourth wall. So each one so far has been very different in our execution of the story, which has been fun. It's been a challenge. I think this is where I come in the beginning. Oh yeah, this is B-roll.
This was Alex's favorite part.
Yeah, this is my favorite part. This is one of those B-roll moments that we're getting to show the progression of time, and you know, Colt is an actor, so he's working on a scene, obviously some audition tape, and he had this idea to like pull a gun out for this audition, which happens in auditions sometimes, but you'll see what he does.
Yeah.
But he does this thing where he looks at the gun like, no, that's stupid, I shouldn't use it, and he holsters it, and it makes me laugh every time I see it.
And what's funny too is where we put this in the episode was right after Rory tells him Rory says, yeah, we're a pretty busy shop, we don't have time to fool around and just sit around. And she's like, Colt, go clean something. And then he walks off screen and then it shows him doing this.
He's just working on an audition. It's just so silly to me. But the thought process of, as an actor, I'm going to pull out this prop finger gun. No, I can't use this. This is dumb. Let me holster it and put it away is really funny. Yeah, and this is her
and
prepping
we
her.
got to give a shout out to Abigail. I mean, she was going ham hard filming BTS on her phone.
She was.
For us. And so I remember after every episode, she'd transfer it over to me so we can use it for social media.
And it was a good 20-25 minute transfer. She shot a lot.
It was a lot. So, Abigail, hey, we love you. You're doing a heck of a lot for
Absolutely.
us. And we really appreciate you.
Everybody's really kind of coming in and, you know, swinging for the fences on this, which is great. How did we get Luba?
Luba apparently is roommates with the focus puller from my short film, Serpentine, which we still got to share, so keep an eye out for that.
Oh.
But she's roommates with the first AC from my film.
Oh, amazing. Okay, she was great. I don't know how we found her, but she came in and I was like,
That's what
she's a great actress.
that's what Alex has been saying when we were editing her portion of this was Luba just has this thing about her where she's just very natural. You know, it's nothing over the top. She's very natural. It's like when Marlon Brando was first thrusted into Hollywood as this new leading character. Hollywood used to be very theatrical, and it was very stylized, I guess you can say. And then
true.
Brando came in, and he was just
this-
what made him stand out was that he was totally different. Everything he did was quote natural.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, she was great with direction. She came in, obviously coming into this kind of a set where, you know, it's doesn't look like necessarily a normal film set. You've got lights and there's, you know, maybe only like 6 people in here. One guy's got a boom, but he's also like, oh, I'm the director. He's wearing some weird shirt. He's like, it's a little weird.
And the camera operator's also acting in this.
Yeah.
What the heck's going on here?
It's a weird thing to walk into. It screams and is very like, oh no, what have I got myself signed up for? But
Yeah.
she came in and was so good and just has this warm thing about her. The smile, everything she did was just so great. And it's such a... her role, the way it was written, I ended up having her just kind of like cut out things she didn't like. But it was like a good 4 or 5 page basically monologue of her just talking about how bad her day is and how she's trying to quit smoking while stealing Happy's vape and smoking. And so she just really kind of took it on her own and did a great job with it. So Luba, you're awesome.
And what's funny is when she's talking to my character, she says, yeah, you know, my boyfriend's going to get so upset and blah, blah, blah. And I look towards camera and I break that fourth wall and I was like, why is it every girl I talk to, they tell me about their boyfriend and how happy they are together?
You're like, of course.
Shut up.
He's like, I gave you my vape. We basically kissed, and now you're talking to me about your boyfriend.
Yeah.
But very fun. That was a cool... I think this might be one of the shorter BTSs that we have for episodes, just because there was a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah.
But such a fun project. It's really cool to kind of go back and look at what we've been doing. But
And that's the other thing too, is we started doing these style videos where we're talking, we're playing the GoPro and we'll superimpose it behind us and we're sharing our thoughts and our stories from it. That's when we started doing that, was because we weren't sharing any GoPro footage before and we had all these hours of footage and it was just fun stuff to look back on. And I know, like I said, I mean, this might not even be a popular video or style of video, but I'm excited for 10, 15 years from now. I have my kids and they can watch this and be like, oh my God, that's so cool. Or look at that. And
or mine can go, wow, Dad, you're still a loser.
Or,
I'd be like,
or
yeah, I know.
When I say, wasn't that cool? It's like, no.
No.
Well, you'll appreciate it when I'm dead.
Yeah, like, put Spider-Man on.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyways, that is another episode of Watch, Lost, and Found. Hope you're getting some enjoyment out of these videos. And what do we have coming up next? Everything is Great.
Everything is
coming
Great,
up next. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're, dropping videos every Monday. We've got
Episode 4.
6 more of Holy Smokes?
Yeah, 6 more episodes of Holy Smokes to drop. Episode 4 is coming up next.
Yep.
Episode 4 was about...
Episode 4.
Oh, Josh's character stealing the TP, and Craig.
And Craig, yes.
Craig is our Cheech and Chong, man.
Yeah. Episode 4 is called Kev's Bag of Goodies.
Ah, that's right. The
Yes.
inventory.
The inventory episode.
Inventory episode.
Yes.
And Craig, I got to give a shout out to Craig. I mean, Craig is freaking awesome. He played the bad guy, the antagonist in my short film. And we met on the set of Fast Vengeance, which is one of DMX's last projects before he passed away. He was shooting this, and I believe he started another after that, but it didn't get finished. But anyway, so it's either the last or one of his last films before he passed away.
That's crazy.
And that was where my buddy DY was the lead. And DY is going to be having a series with us coming up as well. So it's going to be a martial arts style series being thrown at you.
Yep.
And
Which again is going back to liking to change our styles and challenge ourselves.
Right.
Something different. I mean, your Serpentine was very much in the vein of that, but together we haven't really worked on a project like that.
exactly. And but yeah, no, Fast Vengeance. Be sure to check that one out. I think that one's out on DVD, Amazon Prime, maybe Tubi as well. Because that one, I was, oh my gosh, I was fanboying so hard over Bai Ling. Bai Ling.
That's awesome.
If you've watched The Crow with Brandon Lee's one of my favorites. Just what drew me to him first was the fact that he was Bruce Lee's son, which I know is, I don't want to say disrespectful, but that wasn't how he wanted to be remembered as Bruce Lee's son. He wanted to be recognized in his own light and in his own talent. So absolutely, and totally respect that. Absolutely. But that was what first drew me to Brandon Lee. And once I found out who he was, I looked up his movies. And then that's when I saw The Crow. And I was like, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, I loved it. And especially the original one. I never watched any of the sequels just because I personally believe if a character dies in the making of this film, you just don't ever touch it again. But I was fanboying hard over her.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I had a scene with Bai Ling, and I went up to DY and I was like, DY, can you let me get a picture with her? Can you ask her if I can take a picture with her? And I went up to her and I just had the biggest smile on my face because one of the first things she said to me was like, "Oh, you look just like Brandon Lee," because I had the long hair back then and I was clean shaven.
That's funny.
And then what's funny
You're
is
like, stop.
yeah, I know. Flip my hair because I still had the long hair. Flip it back. But that was because in our scene, I'm supposed to be this hard, like this gangster type guy. So I had a French accent and everything, voila, it was beautiful. But I'm supposed to be very tough. And in the middle of the scene, I kid you not, she stroked my face. And they kept this take. Oh my God. But I freaking break character. I go from her to
Now it's on film forever.
I was like, why'd you keep that take? But anyway, so that's why I was fanboying over her. And anyways, that's how I met Craig. And I asked him to be in a short film with me. And he's also been in Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal.
He was so much.
He was the one who had his dog eaten by the alligators off the dock. If you remember that scene from Roadhouse.
He's the dock master.
And then, he's been in so many projects. And so, yeah, he was very kind and very thoughtful to even
so cool
come onto a project like this where we're working with no budget here.
No, he actually came back for two.
He came back for two.
For two episodes.
He was it was very cool of him to do that. I mean, for some of his caliber to be willing to do that was very cool.
And you'll see when we get to his episode when we do the BTS, we'll talk more about that. But man, yeah, he was. It just kind of goes to show, and I don't mean this as a disrespect to anybody, but it was such a humbling experience because he came in and we're looking at him like, wow, you've worked with Jake Gyllenhaal, you've worked with all these massive people, and he's coming in graciously like asking questions, printouts of the script. Hey, I had this idea. Can I do this? Which is so cool. And then it's our friends who are like improv actors. They're coming in and they're not asking any questions. They're just like doing it, which is great.
Well, it's also some actors, if you don't know them, it's understandable. But some of them are like, well, what am I getting out of this?
Sure.
Sort of thing, which is understandable.
Right.
It is a business. This is kind of how the business works. And
absolutely.
Unfortunately / fortunately, I guess you can say. I mean, it is a I scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of scenario. Mm-hmm. It is what it is sort of thing. But what's so cool about Craig, again, being of that caliber, was just, hey, I love to make film. I love to create. Yes, I will be a part of your project. I will help you out because I just like to have fun on set and create. So I respect that a lot. And Craig, freaking A, love you for it, man.
He sent a unbelievably gracious and kind email after arriving on set. It's just everything. That whole experience was. I'm not someone that gets very starstruck or nervous working with people, but when he came in, I was a little like, oh, I'm like, oh my gosh, I better be dressed right. I gotta be in my A game.
I can't be wearing that shirt again.
Exactly. Yeah. But it was very cool and humbling to have him be so gracious with his time. But
yeah, so anyways, back to what's coming up next. Everything's Great is coming up next.
Everything's Great.
Probably a couple of months out from that, but that one we're gonna make some bold aesthetic choices with. I don't want to spill the beans yet.
Yeah. Again, changing the style of and challenging ourselves in filmmaking. That's when we're taking a big swing on.
That one I think is going to be a real challenge of it's not the gear, it's the filmmaker behind the gear.
Yeah.
Because let me just say we're going old school with it. And honestly, I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if there'll be an audience for it, but hey, we're going to give it a shot and see what happens.
I'm excited for it.
And go from there. I'm excited for it. Yeah. Because aesthetically, the way we've kind of tested things out already, and I think it looks freaking awesome.
It's cool. It's very different. It's very cool.
It's bold.
Yeah.
But hey, if we can knock it out of the park with it, hey, that's just another notch on the belt. Yeah, I'm single. I'm just kidding. Oh gosh, Dad, I'm so sorry for embarrassing you. Please don't disown me again.
Hey, my parents aren't even watching these.
Yeah.
So.
Thumbs up, Stephanie.
Yeah. She's like, no, I'm not watching this either. Anyway, we'll go through the rest of the episodes of BTS for Holy Smokes. Then we'll move on to all the other countless hours of BTS that we have, and keep joining us for the journey.
Yeah, but after that, hey, not spill the beans. It's cool beans.
Cool beans.
What was it again? Cool beans.
Cool beans.